Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird in New York City. I have to get started because I don't have that much battery power left. Woman, this is before I start on the therapy session. There's some left over from the last video I did. It was called Woman's Dirt. This is a word, woman. I don't like the sound woman. And it doesn't make any sense. Woe man, woe to man. It's very negative. I don't like that. This is more fitting. Woman's dirt. Her worth is giving birth to souls. Alright? She gives the orders. That's energy. Because it moves him. He pleases her by making physical her requests. What she orders him to do, what she asks him to do, he does. Okay? Now, even energy. Even energy. Her equals energy. He equals will. Even energy. Energy is distributed evenly. Let a man be a man. Let a woman speak the big picture plan. If you love him and if he loves you, he'll make it happen. Okay? If he doesn't make it happen, then you got a dud man, or he just doesn't love you. Okay? The information you perceive leads your behavior. Hence, censorship. They want to censor the information, because if you perceive what's really going on, which some of the alternative media sources are telling you what is really going on, then your behavior will change. You'll stop acting like sheep, the dumbest animal in the animal kingdom. Okay, now we'll begin this therapy session of Freud, who is in the form of the Michelle Birdsong. Seth had been, this is my grandson, had been the founder of the Dara, which is a spiritual colony, and a disciple of Tulsi Sahib, who taught Satmat. That is me. I was Tulsi Sahib. I had been Tulsi Sahib. Seth's mother, this life, Melanie L. Spear, had been Seth's wife when he had been Swamiji of Agra, the founder of the Dara. She said to me once of Seth, "Isn't he awesome?" So, because he had been her husband. All right. But she didn't remember that. See, they wipe our minds so we don't remember the past lives. So we can make lives with the new roles the people are playing and we're playing. Because there aren't that many advanced souls. So they have to double up and play just different roles. Okay, so apparently I was insane. I want to sing now alone in this room to see how I sound. To see if I sound ludicrous to myself. But I'm censoring myself. I'm stopping myself. I'm exhausted and I'm censoring myself. My throat is constricted. When I was Fritz Perls, the German psychiatrist, in partnership with my wife, I concluded that being in touch with reality is being in touch with and being one in the present moment. Okay? And that insanity is being out of context. I concluded that insanity is being out of context. Acting out my unconscious impressions and grooves from past lives, moments, was insane, out of context, incongruous with my environment. My mother said, "Ignorance is bliss." I find ignorance to have been hell. It is understanding, logos, that is helpful. Logos, I find to be heavenly. Talk and share therapy. I am deeply irritated. I am irritated at a stranger called a teacher hitting me when I was too young and defenseless to protect myself, to hit back. This established a pattern in my brain, a neural pathway of never hitting back when I'm attacked by strangers. I am deeply irritated with Andoni not being there as I sat in the cab being driven down a rocky, dusty road at the end of which was the driver's Oscars, Andoni's, my other mother's nephew. So at the end of that drive was his ramshackle, dirty house of ugliness, filled with dull-witted appearing children. I'm doing talking, Sarah. I'm saying what I'm feeling. I'm saying what I'm experiencing. I am irritated at a world that caused my mother to have to work and farm me out to an obese other mother, so fat she never accompanied and protected me. She sent me, a 6-year-old, to cross the highway alone, going to school, having to walk in a dusty, rocky alley and tripping and falling over stones on her way. And that's a line from The Sound of Music. As he trips and falls over stone on his way to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more. Yeah, I love that song. When I fell, and so I fell in that alley, right? Because it was slippery, it was slipping on rocks. When I fell at 6 years old, I saw a dark brown, skin-colored woman come toward me. She bent down, took my arm, and helped me get up. Then she hurried on her way. Why? She had stolen my $2. That must have fallen out of my pocket when I fell. A thief. I thought she was a friend as she walked toward me. She was the same color as Brother Wright, who was a friend. My grandson Lou, who had been Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., gave me the answer. Do not judge a person by the color of her skin, but by the content of her character. I couldn't know her character. I had never met her. Bublé sings. Bublé is Michael. Bublé is Adam, Eve's mate. I just haven't met you yet. Okay, just as a part of me hasn't moved past being alone in that little room in my grandmother's house. If you saw the first video, that's where I talked about being left alone in a room in my grandmother's house when I was 3 or 4 years old. Okay, so now I'm here in this little room in New York. Okay, because I never talked this through with anyone, and I tried to discuss it with my mother, okay, and I never discussed it with anyone and talked it through and arrived at an understanding and resolved it, let it go, digested it. So, see, I'm still living the room. This is a Groundhog Day. Okay, so I tried to discuss it with my mother, why I had been left alone at 3 years old, and what the square of light that appeared to me, which I touched, and my finger went through it. What was the meaning of that? I wanted to know. I talked to my mother about it. She wouldn't discuss it with me. She didn't know what I was talking about. Instead of saying, I don't know what you're talking about, I can't discuss it with you, she said, well, your sister used to say she saw a chicken in the corner and there was no chicken there. So she was implying that I hadn't seen the square of light, which I did have this experience. So I knew she was bullshitting me. Okay, when I when I touched the light and my finger went through it, did I recreate Earth as heaven? Me, a 3-year-old extraterrestrial girl from the sun, a girl child, did I do that? Let's go on. We'll think about it. So, I had been left alone at 3 years old. My mother refused to talk about it because her evil deed, leaving her helpless child unattended, was going to come up. And she was going to have to face her buried guilt and apologize to me. She didn't want to do that. She didn't want to admit she had done something wrong. She had wronged me. She had been a bad mother in that occasion. Adam and Eve, see, you can be a bad mother on one occasion and be a good mother on 10 occasions. But the one occasion, the child can't understand, so it sticks with the child unless you explain it to her. So Adam and Eve, therefore, the world, because Adam and Eve are the world. Adam is the will of Eve, and Eve is the energy of Adam. They never talked through their trauma, living those first days without a script. In the beginning, in the Garden of Eden. So they never moved beyond the beginning. They have been unconsciously working out the meaning of their early experiences in their past 10,000 plus births, 10,000 plus lifetimes in different forms, having different characters. It's called reincarnation. 1 billion people on earth know about it. A lot of other people, especially Christians, don't know about it because they removed it from the Bible in the 4th century. And Emperor Constantine threw out 44 books in the Bible, and the one that had about reincarnation was in. So Eve figured out many of the meanings when she was thinkers. Descartes, I think, therefore I am, Einstein, Henry Ford, Shakespeare, Tesla, Socrates. These are some of Eve's births. Emerson. She was the saints Guru Nanak and Tulsi Sahib. She was the writers. Charles Dickens, Emily Dickinson, Mark Twain, Robert Frost, Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged was the name of the book she wrote. And she was the 6th U.S. president's wives. Oh, that's all I wrote. Okay, well, I'll tell you whose wife she was. She was George Washington's wife, Martha. She was John Adams' wife, the 2nd president of the U.S., the 3rd president of the U.S., Thomas Jefferson's wife, James Madison's wife. James Madison was Lionel Richie. Sean Hannity was Thomas Jefferson. Mark R. Levin was John Adams. Glenn Beck was George Washington. She was Ulysses S. Grant's wife. He is Owen Benjamin. She was Abraham Lincoln, Mary Todd Lincoln's wife. Abraham Lincoln is Anthony Tony Robbins. Is that everybody? Is that 6? Okay. So that's I'll let you in on my therapy session with Freud psychoanalyzing himself as the Michelle Bird song. Okay. I'll give you another video when I have more news to tell you, when more insights come to me. I have so much. Look at all that paper. I have papers all over this country. Okay, in San Francisco, I have 4 boxes of paper. My husband says, "When can I send you these papers? I don't have any room for my feet under my desk." And I say, "Hold on. I'm coming." No, I'm not. Okay, so that's it. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.